On this dirty trucking. Managed to scrounge up enough money to get some gas before, the shit hit the fan with the bank account. So, after talking with the bank and talking with the police, I am now 100% hashtag fuck you. This new bank did me the same motherfucking way. Sit up and making me wait for my money when you clearly see that it does a double charge for the same thing, and you let it post to my account, and the money went where? DTE don't have the money. I don't have the money. The bank took my money. That was money I needed to get this phone bill paid. I got another transaction that's finna come back in because it fell off, and I need to get that paid. I ain't got no money. I need to buy things. We're running out of shit at the house. And here it is again. And I fucked around and picked another bank doing that worn truck plant shit. Gonna sit there and tell me that our bank code shows that these are both debit card transactions. Code 41. I told you that's what they put me off on at Warren Truck Plant. Detroit police have been doing the same thing. I'm not finna sugarcoat that shit. The officers I tell about this shit, the one I stopped at the Speedway, had heard about the surveillance camera. Talking about she was gonna get her buddy that specialized in that to contact me about the surveillance camera. She didn't do shit. Only thing happened after that, that's when I started noticing the camera was going off more. Offline, staying offline, and all this other weird shit was going on. And she had the nerve to ask me when I was telling her story, I don't mean to sound, funny, but are you on any type of medication? Let me tell you where it's coming from. There's a Detroit police officer that was a classmate at Kettering High School that I went to. I believe she got hurt in an accident from what I heard. But she's a Detroit police officer. So, where do you think the Warren Truck Plant rumor is coming from? I contacted Detroit police back when that shit was happening. And they didn't do shit. There was a Wayne County officer whose daughter worked at the plant. She knew about the shit. They didn't do anything. People don't want to get involved. But they want you to be concerned about their shit. So, from now on, I'm about to change my number. I'm going to change my email. Keep stealing all you want. I don't give a fuck no more. After the way I was treated at that bank, I don't give a damn if you think you treated me with the utmost respect. I walked out of there without my goddamn money. For no reason at all. I ain't got my money. And at this point, I'm 100% hashtag fuck you. I'm not going to have no sympathy for anything I see on TV anymore. Somebody get injured or killed or something happened to you. They missing. I don't give a fuck. Because that's the way you treated me. And the way you treated me, I'm going to treat you back. So I am 100% hashtag fuck you. Because Detroit police is doing that Warren Truck Plant shit. I called the office of the chief investigator. And he was trying to help. But he was trying to ask me, did I file a report with telephone crime report? The Detroit police telephone, let me get this out first. Detroit police telephone crime operators are full of it. They don't take the report. You have a lot of problems with it. They don't take the report. I tried to file a report about the 305. She heard what I said was going on, and she was the one who suggested I get transferred to the cybercrime over at the 12th precinct. I get transferred over there. I got to listen to an officer ask other officers, do we got a cybercrime unit here? Asking me who transferred here there. I said telephone crime reporting. Then she come back, we do. Now she realized you do got cybercrime. And talking about their clothes. And I didn't want to embarrass them. But in part of my criminal justice degree pursuit, a guy that I forgot his title, his position, with cybercrimes with Detroit police. was my teacher. I believe I got an A in this class. You know, I ain't want to say that. But if I knew you had a cybercrime unit, why you didn't know? So Detroit police is doing the same Warren truck plant shit. Detroit police is doing the same Warren truck plant shit. They got me calling, then they get me on the phone, hear my story, then turn around and tell me what they ain't gonna do. I called telephone crime reporting to try to report what happened at this bank. After I talked to the officer in office of chief investigator, I talked to him. He said he was going to look into it. Let me get a call. He gonna call me back, ask me who the detective was. It was a detective at the 3rd precinct who was handling the cases. What happened to be at Huntington Bank? Now Huntington Bank got the majority of my money back, except for I think it was $12 or that $580 with the Apple Pay fiasco. And then the rest of it was Hertz going back into the account, taking additional money. And then the other one of it was Hertz stealing money by sending a fake invoice in, taking my money. So I had to go back to the detective and tell them they just took 301. It hadn't stopped. And now you done posted some fake provision on my account trying to make me believe that you gave me. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know the provisions I was given from the bank because of disputes that I disputed? You think that I don't know that? Because in the beginning when this shit started, it was Hertz was going back into my account, taking additional monies, and I wasn't notified about it. I wasn't notified about it, and they just go back in there and take the goddamn money. I wasn't notified about shit. And then come to find out, it was all because I disputed some charges that they put on the account, and come to find out when they own people looked into it, it was a charge that they weren't supposed to put on it. And they went back in my account and took the goddamn money. That's back when I was out without a car. When we was just when they destroyed my credit with that shit. And then sit up and told me they sent my shit over to an old address. That's why I didn't get the letter about what they were charging me for. That's bullshit. Oh, all of a sudden you sent it over to Alden Towers. That was a lie. They was trying to cover up what they fucking did. So, moving forward, I'm hashtag fuck you. I don't give a shit about what happened to anybody. I don't give a shit if you disappear. I don't give a shit whatever. Somebody offed you. What these young ones call unalived you. I don't give a fuck no more. You understand me? Because they stealing out of my bank account, and I'm going to people thinking they supposed to help. And they talking to me like I'm crazy, like Warren Truck Plant said. So, hashtag fuck you. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm going to change my number. I'm not going to report another damn thing. Just keep stealing from me. I'm going to let God tend to you. You understand me? Because you're not going to come around me doing shit, telling me, get my crazy ass out of here. Or watch me walk off knowing you ain't going to do shit. Or tell me you got to make an appointment. That's all shit that was said to me by Warren Truck Plant and the shit going on at Warren Truck Plant. The fucking goddamn psychiatry doctors. Detroit police is trying to make it look like I'm mental. But not doing shit. I'm just steady telling them this shit that's going on. And they steady stealing from me. I can't help you. That's what the office of chief investigator. I can't help you because the lady didn't file a report. So I said, so she lied. He said, I'm not going to say that she lied. I'm telling you she lied. I'm telling you the young lady lied. The young lady, after she transferred me, and then I found out the department wasn't open, I called back to her. And she said, well, what do you want me to do? Well, we can take a report. Like she's negotiating with me. We can go ahead and just take a report. I said, aren't you going to write now and give me a report number? I got everything you said. We generated a report number. After he looked at it, we found out she didn't even make no damn report. This is telephone crime reporting. These are majority civilian officers. They're not real officers. They civilians. They like an average Joe. They like passengers in this motherfucking car. that they done put in a position to take police reports. So they go into my bank, and I wanted to make a report that is happening at the new bank. So I told them that the young man, it was operator number 1 at the telephone crime report that I talked to today. I told him what happened. He gonna tell me that I need to go ahead and cancel my card. I just got this motherfucking card. Now you gonna tell me I gotta go report this as fraud and cancel the card before you can do your job and take a report. That's what he told me. Talking about he the police. That's what you gonna have to do. What they got to do with you taking a report? Let the bank determine if that needs to be done. Right now I see a double payment on there. Don't nobody know how it was made. Nobody. But he want me to cancel my card I just got Friday. Ain't gonna happen. Because they done suggested to me to cancel my card. I done tried just disputing the charge and getting it straightened out. I done tried, we done canceled the card. I done had 3 new goddamn cards at Huntington Bank. It's still happening. So you gonna tell me if you don't cancel your card, it's just gonna keep happening. But when I canceled the cards 3 times at Huntington Bank, it kept happening. So what you got to say to that now? So they didn't take my report. And right now, hashtag fuck you. Right now, that's for everything going on in life. What you doing to me? I don't give a fuck no more. Just keep doing it. You doing that shit to try to drive me insane. Because everything come out their mouth is reflecting back to something that happened at Warren Truck Plant. And I realize that now. You know, I should have listened. Somebody tried to tell me back in the day it was the police. Somebody tried to tell me that they weren't going to do shit for you. Why you telling them that shit? They ain't finna do shit about it. I'm sitting up and yes, they is. They gonna do something. They the police. Yeah. The police sit up there talking to me like that Warren Truck Plant shit. Like that Warren Truck Plant shit. You know, when an officer asks you, is you on medication? I should have just walked away when she said that shit. You on that Warren Truck Plant shit. I recognize words and shit they saying that's coming from, they are trigger words to me. It's coming from that Warren Truck Plant shit. See, because of the way Warren Truck Plant got away with treating me, everybody been doing it. The police, the banks, people, my residents, all of them been doing the same shit. Had a passenger in there get behind the seat after I picked him up after that shit jumped off. He in here talking to somebody on the phone, talking about her crazy ass, tell her to get her crazy ass out of there. Bitch, I'm not crazy. And don't you ever imply I'm crazy. Because if you say I'm crazy to my face, you ain't gonna like what happened. You better watch that calling me I'm crazy shit, and you better watch that doing shit to make it look like I'm crazy. I went to the Detroit police for help. The bank, this new bank, this is a bank that's based from Louisiana, but they got a branch up here. And I should have known not to get an account at a Louisiana bank. Because when I was over the road truck driving, I was in Louisiana. They pretty much treated me like shit down there. Because of that truck driver that I knew. His name was John. He lived there. His name was John. He lived in Louisiana. That's right. He lived there. I used to go down there. Them women down there used to do all this funny ass shit. The vibe down there just wasn't right. And here I am picking a bank because it was black owned, one of the largest black owned banks. Here I am picking a black owned bank, and they doing the same shit. That teller, the lead teller at this branch, saw that there was a double payment of the same amount with the exact same numbers on it. You need to take one of them off. And she could have did that day. Then I said, you're going to give me a provision for it. The guy that does the provision, that she got to get it approved. They talking about this lottery shit. Every time it's lottery time, They always talking about something got to get approved. You ain't got to prove me shit. God does my approval. You ain't got to approve me for a motherfucking thing. From now on, God does the approving. If He want me to have it, I have it. You can go around here and think you got some miraculous authority if you want to. God does mine. All because of this Warren truck plant. Shit. I'm getting treated this way. By the police. By my banks. By people. By my own. When I sign a lease, this shit happens. When I sign a lease, this shit happens all the fucking time. Told you I was feeling shit. Oh, you want to label me crazy because I'm feeling shit. Who are you to tell me I'm not feeling that shit? And why are you covering it up? Because you know about it. Because they saying the same shit to me. They saying the same shit to me. Went into the 3rd precinct to speak to that detective. They called her on the phone. You know what she told me? She told the officers to tell me I need to make an appointment. You can't just walk in here. Because I wanted to show her that it's happening at my new bank. And that I have proof. And to get a case going. File a case. Then I talked to, I don't know if it was the telephone crime reporter or the office of the chief investigator that told me that they were supposed to see me. They supposed to see you. Everybody, I called another bank. I'm trying to find another bank. This girl tell me, you got to make an appointment. That's that Warren truck plant shit. It's all Warren truck plant shit. All Warren truck plant shit. That's all it is up here. It's Warren truck plant shit. I'm 100% positive that the Detroit police know about it. And they've been doing the same shit. I'm not crazy. And I'll look you in your face and tell you, I'm not crazy. And you ain't gonna stand there and talk to me like I'm crazy. You're not gonna treat me like I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck who you is. The way I'm being treated and the money stolen out of my... You making me wait because you're trying to overdraw my account again. It's already overdrawn. It's going to get overdrawn severe because I'm not going to have gas money. I don't have money to buy food. I need shit at the house. I finally get to free up a little money, though it need to go on a bill. And what they do, they overdraw their account. And then I go in there and talk to the lead, what's her name? Teller. I go in there and talk to the lead teller. And she gonna mention something I was just standing there thinking. So all this shit is because they know what I'm thinking. You stealing from... Let me tell you something. The stealing in my family goes back a long time. Let me tell you what happened to my father. Years ago, my father got robbed in the alley. Behind our house. Years ago. I was a kid. Me and my sister were in the house. I heard the gate open. And I looked out. And I saw the guy that my father met that lived in the neighborhood come out the yard. Next thing you know, my father coming in the yard all sweaty, messed up. Looked like, I don't know, he was just, shit, something happened. He had got robbed. In the alley. In the back of the house. By somebody he knew. They walked up to him, put a gun on him, and said they were the police. And robbed him. They robbed my father because they knew my father used to keep a money clip in his shirt pocket. Every time he got his Social Security check, he would take the hundreds out and put it, and he cashed his check. He would take the hundreds out and put it in that clip in his pocket. They knew that. This was a guy that stayed in the neighborhood, robbed him, walked right straight through the yard and out the front. Because I looked out and saw him. I knew who he was. This is somebody my father knew. Robbed him, took his money. Walked up to him in the alley, put a gun to him, and said they was the police. Let me tell you what happened. My father died. I ain't told nobody that story. Let me tell you this story. My father died on March 8th, 1995. My father died. I had just moved in that apartment on Seward, and my father called me that day. My son was still a baby, a little toddler. He called me. I heard the gurgling in his throat, like he's about to throw up or something. He said, "Well, Nita, I'm just calling to let you know I'm finna go to the hospital." I said, "Well, go to the hospital then." Little did I know, I didn't know that would be the last time I spoke to my father. I ain't never told nobody this story. But you about to hear something that's shocking and fucked up. This lets you know how long they've been robbing my family. So, let me tell you. I told him to go to the hospital. And I got Jeremy together. It was no way I would be able to rush and get all the way from... I was on the other side of Woodward. My father stayed on Leander off of Van Dyke. I wasn't going to be able to speed and get over there and get to him. And I felt guilty because I couldn't get to him. And I didn't blame myself, but I couldn't get to him. And I knew I couldn't. I wasn't going to get to him fast enough. He called the ambulance. So, when my father passed, I got to the hospital. When I found out where he was put in a hospital that's off of Van Dyke. And I believe it's Outer Drive. Outer Drive and Van Dyke. The hospital is closed now. And my father was put in that house, brought to that hospital. And there was one song I knew as a kid. I couldn't stand that song. It used to come on, and every time it came on, I always thought of my father passing. I was just on Outer Drive, coming across the railroad track. And that fucking song came on. I don't know. I kept driving. I said, let me get to this hospital. Because I found out which hospital he was in. I got in there. He took me in his room, sat me down. Doctor was just blunt with it. "I'm sorry to tell you, your father's dead." And I went ballistics. I was working for Smart then. I started screaming, hollering. I wanted to see him. They took me back there. I saw my father on that table. It looked like he was just in a peaceful sleep. I saw my father. So here's the fucked up part. Now, after we released the body to Cantrell Funeral Home, Cantrell was a family friend to my father. My father knew Mr. Cantrell. He used to take us down there when we was kids. We used to play next door when it was a cleaners next door. And his name was Dave. And we used to play in the cleaners. My father knew Dave. He knew Mr. Cantrell. We used to go in the funeral home, and my father would go down there and visit. And that's where my father's body went. Because my brother, I didn't know, my brother on my mother's side, I found out he did that mortician stuff. And he worked there. And he called me to get the body released to the funeral home. And he did my father's body. When I brought my father's clothes down there, I buried my father in a burgundy jacket, in one of his suits. His burgundy jacket with his glasses on. And I still got the proof today of what they did to my father's body. While he was laying up in that casket, somebody poured some oil on his jacket. And I saw it. And I'm like, how'd this happen? And I didn't go get it clean. I buried my father with that stain on it. They came and viewed the body. They saw that stain. And I was like looking at them. They going, what's this? See, at the time, I didn't know this was what was going on. And I got a picture of that. I got proof of that. That I put my father down with that oil stain that somebody put in my father's burgundy jacket. And I ain't told nobody this story at all. It's true. Somebody put some oil in his jacket. But that's not the fucked up part. Because if my father was alive, he wouldn't want me to waste money cleaning his jacket. I got my father buried the way he wanted to be buried. His request was fulfilled. I got angry they had changed his coffin. But he ended up in a coffin in what he wanted to be. He said, bury me in a wood box. And the coffin was made of wood. This color. And it was beautiful. My father got buried the way he wanted. Nobody ever know this story. I ain't told nobody. But here's the fucked up part. When his body got released to the funeral home, they gave me they gave my father's belongings from the hospital. Now, I told you, my father kept a money clip in his shirt pocket. Always. It ain't never nowhere but in that shirt pocket. When I got his belongings back, my father was wearing one of those baby shirts, a maternity shirt, under his plaid shirt. And I remember when my father was alive, sitting on that couch, I was asking him, Dad, you know that's a girl's maternity shirt? He didn't care. He wore it. That's what was one of the clothings in the bag. My father always wore these plaid, felt like shirts. I used to buy them for Christmas. That was his favorite shirts. That's all he wore. Those of them work like looking pants. So I got his stuff back. I'm going through the bag. My father's dead. I'm going through his belongings, looking for his money clip. He had about $1,000 in it. I know that for a fact. Because I had to borrow some money from him, and I knew he had $1,000 in it. I was looking for that money clip. It wasn't in the bag, but I'm skipping a part. When the ambulance got there, when the doctor told me, I'm sorry to tell you, your father's dead, I inquired what happened. What happened? He had a full-blown heart attack. That's what my father had. He had a full-blown heart attack. That's what took him out. But looking back at what's going on with me today, they may have caused that heart attack. Because my father used to buy all this weird shit, and they had him on all this medication. My father had half a garbage bag full of medication that the doctors would give him. He had medication in my sister's room in the drawer that he used to tell me about that he couldn't afford. So, I heard him finish this story in this video. This is the fucked up part. When they told me what happened, they said my father had a full-blown heart attack. He said that EMTs told him that when they got there, my father was alive. He opened the door. Then he fell back, collapsed, and died. That's what they said. And then when I ended up staying in the house that day. We stayed at Leander, 8575 Leander, before the airport bought the property. I went to the house that day. And I kid you not, my father used to sleep on the couch with a shotgun by the door. I laid on the couch that night. And something woke me up. My father used to wake up early in the morning. I think about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. My father had made the first switch remote with a extension cord and a power light in. So wake up on Saturdays and watch the WWF. He used to wake us up. I mean, the wrestling, whenever it came on the weekend. He used to wake us up with that. We hear that flick, he turned the TV on. My father self-taught TV repair. So I stayed there that night. I was dating Brian then. And he asked me, did you want me to come over and stay with you? No, because I'm grieving my father. Let me be there. My sister didn't come there. She didn't even come to the hospital. She worked at the Eastern Market then. And I kept calling down there. And the lady knew who I was. And I kept calling. She said, you keep calling, what's wrong? I said, tell my sister that our father is dead. He died. And then I hear getting ready to hang up the phone. Oh, Lord Jesus, baby, Percy had her, that's my sister, who ended up hired at Chrysler. Wow. After they got rid of me. Wow. So, long story short, they stole my father's money clip off my father's dead body. Because it was not in his personal belongings that they gave me from the hospital. His wallet was in there, but not the money clip. They stole my father's money off his dead body. He had a money clip. Everybody knew it. He kept it in his shirt pocket. When he used to cash his Social Security check, he had a little envelope up there and that money clip. It was black with a silver clip across the top. Stole my father's money clip off his dead body. True story. I ain't never told nobody this shit. When he lay dead there on the floor or dying on the floor. But they said he fell back and collapsed and died. So, them EMTs probably took it or somebody in the hospital. I want to say EMTs, but I can't prove it. All I know is money clip wasn't in the bag. So, from now on, after the way they've treated me, keep telling me they can't help me. What is this can't help me? You can't help me. Why you can't help me? I don't deal with people that can't help me or ain't doing shit about stuff that's happening to me. You trying to make me look like I'm crazy. Motherfuckers coming in my apartment doing all this shit. And you steady talking about I'm crazy, I'm tripping. My chest hurt from that shit when they took that money out my goddamn account today. When they took that money yesterday, when they took that money out my account, my chest been hurting ever since because I've been yelling. That's my voice gone. Nose stopped up. My chest hurt. I ain't got no fucking money. And I don't know why they doing this shit to me. You can keep playing a game with me and money all you want to. God ain't gonna deal with you. But this is Juanita. This is Dirty Trucking. This is part of my true story. And right now, after talking to the police or trying to get help from the police, talking to that bank, what goes on in my apartments when I sign those leases, and what people be doing and saying when they get in this car, I am now 100% hashtag fuck you. I don't give a fuck about shit. I ain't gonna have no sympathy about shit. I ain't gonna have no concern about shit. I'm gonna see a tragedy on TV. Oh well, that's life. Like you did me. Bitch.